Okay.
Yeah, it says live. We have to have the countdown. So, what to say? Tap yourself. So still.
Hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show. It is the 17th of February and it is Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday, or as I've just been informed by our oracle, it's Fat Day.
Fat Day.
Seriously, this is Fat Day.
It's what? Mardi Gras.
And Mardi Gras, okay. Yeah, but Mardi Gras is in a different country.
Well, that's what we call it in my church. In my church, we refer to it as Mardi Gras.
Well, as in Shrove Tuesday?
Yes. They're having their Mardi Gras celebration tonight.
Okay. So it is Shrove Tuesday, it's Mardi Gras, it is Pancake Day, and it is Fat Day. What the hell? I think this is just following on from last week where we were talking about Valentine's Day. And what was the other one? Black Day or something like that?
Black Day, White Day. Come on, get it right, Cecile.
I can't remember. Anyway, it was Black Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, there were two. There was Valentine's Day, White Day, and Black Day. And Black Day was for the singles. Why am I the one who remembers that out of the two of us?
Are you trying to say that I should remember that because I'm single? So that should be
hat fits.
Of my
the hat fits.
Oh my days. Okay, so look, here we go. Mardi Gras, also known as Shrove Tuesday, is the final day of Carnival. I don't even know where I am now. I'm also known as those other two words. Falls on the day before the beginning of Lent on Ash Wednesday. Mardi Gras is French. See, Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday, referring to it being the last day of consuming rich, fatty foods, notably red meat, in preparation for the Christian fasting season of Lent, during which such foods are avoided. Okay. It's Pancake Day. Let's just leave it at that, yeah? It's Pancake Day.
No, we can't just leave it at that, Cecile.
No, it's Mardi Gras.
No, not so much the name, but we can't just leave it as Pancake Day because...
Why not?
Because the day is rooted in Christian culture, isn't it? It marks the beginning of either the last day before Lent.
Yes.
Which is okay. And even though we don't talk about Lent as much as we talk about Ramadan, but it still has a very big significance in the Christian calendar.
Is that okay? So we haven't even done a check-in to see how we are or anything. We're just going straight into.
Let's rewind. How are you, Cecile?
I'm okay, thank you. It's a very, very busy week. Very busy week, but I am all good. How are you, Nike?
Me, I'm on top of the world as always. I think I've got a bit of this toxic positivity going on. But yeah, no, I'm good, thank you. Very good. Okay. And I'm enjoying the fact that the days are bright, that I'm driving home from work on the days I'm in the office in light. It's not dark. Yeah. So my mood has definitely perked up.
Good. Shelley is around people, but she is in the background because she's a little bit poorly, but she is there obviously because when you start seeing all of these things popping up, you know that's not me. It's got to be Shelley because I can't do that. So what we're actually going to do, because we moved on to Shrove Tuesday, but we're going to come back to that, is this is like Lent and Ramadan are rooted in the same reasons and reflections for your religion.
Yes.
Okay. Let's come back to that. So this is like BBC News, ITV News, whatever news. Breaking news, if you haven't already heard, sad news, Jesse Jackson has passed away at the age of 84 That's huge. That's huge. That's so much steeped in history, in civil rights history. Yeah, absolutely huge news. So I think we've got a video to share. Are you nodding? Hello, Gary.
Jesse, the famed civil rights leader who marched alongside Martin Luther King Jr. and later ran for president, has died. His family has confirmed he was 84. He died peacefully on Tuesday morning, surrounded by his family, they said in a statement. Liam McBull looks back at his life.
Tuesday morning.
November 2008, Barack Obama and a moment of history. In the crowd, the tear-stained face of a man who'd done much to pave the way. The Reverend Jesse Jackson.
It's been a long time coming, but tonight, because of what we did on this day, change has come to America.
Born to a teenage single mother in Greenville, South Carolina, Jesse Jackson grew up in a world where black and white were legally segregated. In 1959, he won a football scholarship to university, but threw himself into the civil rights struggle that was engulfing America.
And there's a great swell of cheers to welcome Martin Luther King.
Under the leadership of Martin Luther King. Reverend King sent the young Baptist minister to Chicago to organize protests. On marches, the two men faced violent crowds opposed to the movement. Then, in Memphis, Martin Luther King was murdered in front of Jackson. The assassin was later arrested, having fled the country, but Jackson was never convinced he'd been working alone.
This man could not have stalked Dr. King, had the logistical operation, had operative alternative passports, and got out of the country with money alone.
A powerful public speaker, Jackson continued the struggle.
But I am somebody. I may be on welfare, but I am somebody.
In the 80s, he twice ran for president, but failed to win the Democratic Party nomination. But for the first time, a black man was a serious contender.
Our time has come. We must leave racial battleground and come to economic common ground and moral higher ground. America, our time has come.
On the international stage, he campaigned for a Palestinian state, creating a long rift with American Jews after some unguarded and offensive remarks. He persuaded Saddam Hussein to release human shields on the eve of the Iraq War. And as South Africa emerged from apartheid, the man who spent years maintaining American pressure against the system was there to watch.
What time is it?
From the 1960s to the election of Barack Obama, even to the Black Lives Matter movement of recent years, Jesse Jackson was a constant figure in American public life, determined to show generations of young Black Americans they too could have a voice.
Oh,
wow. Wow. That's huge. It's huge.
I'm still in
It's
shock.
huge.
I can't even believe, even though you told me like five before we came on air, I still was like, oh, Jesus. Anyway, we thank God for his life. That's all I can say. We thank God for his life.
Yeah.
He created some
Exactly.
good
And
movements.
everything that he'd then done. Say that again?
I know I said he created some good movements and brought awareness. And yeah, I remember when he was running for president, I thought, oh, well, yeah, they were not ready.
They weren't ready. Were they? They weren't ready for a black president. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
that's a whole different conversation, isn't it? But
it is.
Yeah, may you rest in peace. I feel for his family.
Yeah. So it's very sad news, and obviously time difference. That must have been a few hours ago because we're only just coming out of the morning anyway.
Yeah.
And it's already been reported. So yeah, I'm presuming that would have been there is a fair amount of time difference. So hello, Gary. Haven't seen you for ages. He's always been with us. He is Black History, and Black History is him. Of course.
100%.
Of course. He is part and parcel of that history of Black history. You know, there's pictures and videos of him next to Martin Luther King Jr. You know, so he's always going to be a part of history, and worked so hard to try and make a difference, especially in the States.
Yeah, well, it's everywhere, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
I think when that is part of you, it's part of your being. There, you don't just look at your immediate vicinity. That's why you saw what he was doing with the Palestine in Iraq, in South Africa. Jeez.
Yeah. Didn't stop. Was always working.
Yeah.
Was always working. And yes, you're right. He's not going to rest. His body is going to rest, but he is going to be there with us, continuing on the work.
Yeah.
That
Well,
he did.
because his name will be called. It will be called.
So yeah. So, of course it will. Of course it will. So there's in the comments there's the video. I'm sure it's going to be on the news all day long anyway. And if this is the first you've heard of it, we needed to share. We wanted to acknowledge the great man that he was, and that's what we have done. It's thoughts. People have to process it, like AK is going to have to process it. Okay. So, anything you want to share about Jesse Jackson? Just drop us a message. Let us know your thoughts. And
I was going to say it's quite ironic that it's gone down, because the other day I was looking at a post about not Jesse Jackson, about Darka Sahal.
Yes.
And I was looking at it, and I just thought to myself, my God, there's so much stuff we don't know about some of these people that do all this work. Because he did a lot of work here. And yeah.
Oh, where's that gone?
It's gone. The gremlins have got it.
Our father left an indelible mark on history. Of 100%. 100%. Huge mark on history. The history is you can't talk about that history without him being mentioned. You know, he is always going to be mentioned.
Yeah.
His unwavering commitment to justice, equality, and human rights have shaped a global movement for freedom and dignity. A tireless change agent. That's a statement. A tireless change agent. Yeah, definitely. And way into his years, most probably. Way into his years. That wasn't something that stopped. He's been doing that for a long time. So, okay. So Gary has said, time for some more good trouble. I am so shocked. Gary, you have to come back on here. You do. You do. It's shocking news. It's sad news. But you still have to come back because we haven't seen you for ages. Ages. Okay, so. Oh, sorry, Shelley. What did you put up there?
I can't read it because it's too small.
A servant leader. Not only for our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, the overlooked around the world. We shared him with the world, and in return The world became part of our extended family. His unwavering belief in justice, equality, and love uplifted millions, and we ask you to honour his memory by continuing the fight for the values he lived by. Public observances will be held in Chicago. So did he live in Chicago? I know obviously a lot of things happened in Chicago, but I wonder if he lived there. I wonder what that's like, because he was a servant leader, not only to them, but to everybody else as well. What's that like to share your father? Yes, that's his hometown.
That will be very hard for some people, because obviously that's an international icon that does it. But I think about some culturally as well, where you have you come from particular types of family where everybody converges on the patriarch there, or that person becomes elevated, and some people do resent it. I do remember attending. I think it was the 60th. It might have been. I think it was 60th birthday for one of my friend's mum. It was many years ago, and when she was giving the tribute, for me, I did feel a little bit of resentment in her voice when she was saying like her mum was the neighborhood's mother. That it's almost like she had to make space for all these people. And I mean, obviously, that is really local, but that's how that person felt. And I think when you kind of put that on scale, you just think, wow. So how many, because obviously Jesse Jackson would have been called upon. He will get phone calls in the night, and he will have to leave his house suddenly. Who knows? Maybe he left graduations suddenly. Maybe he missed milestone birthdays. There's so many things, and as much as they say, it's crazy.
And also, when you go back to the obviously the time when Martin Luther King Jr. died or was murdered, he was there as well. So there's also, during that time, that fear of violence, death, whether you're going to be alive the next day because of everything that was happening. So that obviously must play into it as well. That fear that his family and friends would have had around his safety. Yeah,
exactly. So just the quick notes, right? I've typed in Google here, where did Jesse Jackson live? Number one, all the news outlets of his death came up first, which wasn't the question. But he apparently was born in Louisburg, Grenville, South Carolina in 1941. Oh, so it's a year before my mum. And he lived, where is it gone again? So where did he grow up? Yeah, so basically it's saying there, Grenville, South Carolina.
And then obviously then moved to Chicago, which has then been his home.
Yeah.
Sad news. Very sad news.
But yeah, the reason why I say anyway, we thank God for his life there is because he did make it to 84. We thank God he didn't get the same fate as what happened with other people who have lived in that space. Because because there's always a risk of that, isn't there?
Yes, exactly. And his closeness with Obama and Oprah were because of Chicago. Shelley only knows this because of the NFL stories. We all get our information from somewhere. We all do.
Exactly.
But there was that closeness. So there's a lot there. And I'm sure obviously, like I said, we're here in the news now. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be shared over the rest of the day and the coming days. Hi, Leash. How you doing? Don't think it's wrong for the children to feel resentment. They just want their parent. Yes.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah. Not everything.
There's nothing wrong with it. I was just putting it out on scale in the sense that because I come from such a family as well. I remember when I went the first time I went back to Nigeria with my husband, and we were he was just shocked. at how early the doorbell would be ringing. Well, it's not doorbell, it was a gate. And we're like, well, and I'm like, oh, there's just people coming to see Dad. And people coming to see Dad. And it will be at stupid o'clock in the morning. And that's just how it was. So
yeah. And like Leisha says, it's understandable that there is that there may be that resentment there, because actually the person that his children want, they just want their dad.
Yeah.
But actually this man is much bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, he is, the work that he was doing and the people he was with are obviously much bigger than that. But hopefully he most probably tried to manage both in some shape or form, you know. So
yeah. I suppose now as well, because those children will be in adulthood, they'll probably be parents themselves, and obviously they will have the critical thinking skills to understand what they've donated to, basically.
Yeah. There's a difference between your 5-year-old child and your 50-year-old child.
100%.
You know, the 5-year-old child just wants to have their dad. The 50-year-old child can then actually work through that and understand that they still have dad, but there's a bigger picture going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I had a very small feeling of that with my mum. She was a junior, school head, lunchtime lady for years, and then at church and Brown Owl, and then the oldest aunt in the because all of those things are going to come into play.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
At school on a daily basis, you've got church at the weekend, you've got Brown Owl during the week as well. You know, so there's all of that goes on. So you have to learn to share. You have to learn to share. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean you can't feel a little bit of resentment. But it is about learning to share, because actually those things are not going to change.
No.
And his belief and the work that he was doing was not going to change either, because actually the world hasn't changed. So that was still going to be huge for him.
Yeah.
Huge. So there's a lot of that that his family would have had to have dealt with over the years. Anybody who's just tuned in, we're just having a conversation about Jesse Jackson, who has passed away today at the age of 84. That's a good age. It is a good age. Not that you want anybody to go. It is a good age.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Got a cough. So. Oh, thank you. So we started with this Shrove Tuesday, whatever day you want to call it. Shrove Tuesday, Pancake Day, Mardi Gras. What was the other one? Was there 4?
Fat Day.
So, anybody's got anything they want to say about Fat Day, Shrove Tuesday, any of what those things, let me know. Just put a message out there. Who's having pancakes today then? Oh, okay. What do you have on your pancakes?
It's usually a combination. Today I think it will be the lemon and sugar.
Okay.
Although I was thinking of doing something really decadent, because I have got a little pot of tiramisu in my fridge, and I just suddenly had this random thought, because it's a really nice one. It's one of, it's not hard. It's quite soft and it's spreadable. I thought, I could spread that on a pancake. I don't know why, I just randomly thought that this morning. I just thought, I could have that with the pancake.
So, the connection went in and out. So you've got tiramisu, what?
Just a small
Just
pot.
tiramisu?
Yes.
Of tiramisu. So
Look,
it's got the sponge and it's got...
Well, the sponge is at the bottom. I'm not going to take the sponge out and spread it on the pancake.
Okay.
Oh, so you cracked me up. You know that.
Well, I didn't know whether it was tiramisu, like Nutella or something like that. I wasn't quite sure. So what are you going to do? Are you going to have one with lemon and sugar and then one with the tiramisu stuff on it?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of it. I don't know that I would definitely have it, but it will be dessert. The point is, it will be dessert. Okay, I think that's really where I was going with it. It will be dessert. It's not going to be the main meal.
Right. So Gary is going to have Nutella and honey.
Oh, that will be different. Sweet. Or is he having the Nutella and honey at the same time?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I'm presuming so. Is it the same time, Gary? Or are you going to have Nutella on one and then you have a second one with honey on? I don't know. That's not a combination that I would have. If I was having...
I would have Nutella, I'd have honey, but I wouldn't have them together. But I can see that it would make a very nice flavor profile. But it would just be so sweet. It would be because of the nuts and the chocolate and the honey, and depending on the type of honey, of course. If it's a nice honey that's got like a particular flavor, like an orange blossom flavor, for example, if you're into your chocolate oranges.
Yes, he's having them together.
Jeez.
Okay. That's not a combination for me. For me, it's lemon and sugar.
I like lemon and sugar because number one, I like the taste. Number two, it is extremely nostalgic because it takes you back and it's classic.
Although I might go and get some squirty cream and have that with some bananas and a squashy of lemon as well. I might do that actually.
Well, that sounds nice.
Right, so Alicia said the true meaning of Shrove Tuesday is gone. It is still attached to religion, or is it still attached to religion? Or
it depends. It's still attached for those of us that practice. It's still attached. I suppose it sits of one and half a dozen of the other, isn't it? I actually see where she's coming from because I was talking about it at work yesterday as well. Obviously, in the shops and the media, they just say Pancake Day because they want to sell their frying pans and their little Jiffy lemon. Remember when Jiff used to call it Jiff Day?
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
But if you are religious, is it about Shrove Tuesday and then about Pancake Day separately, if that makes sense? Are you talking about Shrove Tuesday and what you're going to be doing and Lent and everything else, and then honest, Pancake Day comes as like a second thought?
That is a really good question, because obviously if you think about it, going back to when this practice properly started, we live in much more abundant times, and even if we're going to practice in that sense, now we are not going to suddenly just have, we don't just have flour and meat in our house. We have loads of other foods that it would just not be possible. You'd have to make that preparation probably from the day after Christmas. So for me, that's how I personally look at it. So for me, is like you said, except the pancakes is probably more an autopilot thing, because just like I don't eat turkey only at Christmas, I don't eat pancakes only on Shrove Tuesday. So it's more an autopilot thing, and the religious side of it is the quiet side of it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's just me.
So Shelley's hubby is going to have dark brown, soft sugar and lemon. Okay.
Now,
she cheated and had American pre-made ones with posh raspberry sauce.
Ooh.
What, those little round ones, those small pancakes, or bigger ones, Shelley? Small. Because she's cheated and she's had American pre ones. So are they smaller? With posh raspberry sauce.
Ooh.
Okay, there's another question then. So is hubby having dark brown soft sugar because that's the only sugar you've got in the house, or because that's the sugar you like?
That's a very simple
question. Well,
because she's a baker, she probably has all sorts of sugars in her house. So
that's true. That is true. Okay, well, we'll find out. What's left for Ash Tuesday? Also blueberries.
Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday, yeah.
Ooh.
Blueberries and cream. Blueberries and cream.
Blueberries and cream is nice.
Cream, yes. Blueberries.
If I was going to do blueberries and cream, you know what? And please do not judge me, right? Because you know I spend a lot of time down the rabbit hole. But I think it was last year, there was this thing that went viral with Greek yogurt and lemon curd. And then you put blueberries in it. Oh my God. What a taste.
Oh.
It's honestly, yeah. So you get a bit of lemon curd, you put it in your Greek yogurt, and then you put blueberries in it.
Where's the pen?
I can WhatsApp it to you afterwards if you want.
I got a pen. It's fine. Okay.
What are we like?
Right. So this. See, now when Gary doesn't come on here very often, but when he does come on here, he contributes. Look.
Yes.
So is it still attached to religion if you're on universal credit and PIP? What
yes,
in the sense of
that's a really good question. What he's trying to say is that, and funny enough, we did talk about this. The cost of food is so expensive that you don't have much in your house anyway, so you're probably only eating very bare minimum. Because bear in mind, what it means there is that, you know, yeah, I don't know. I think that's what it means.
Yeah. Is that what you mean, Gary? Is that actually if you're on universal credit and PIP, then actually you may not have tiramisu in your cupboard to put on your pancakes?
We could talk about the tiramisu, and it's very related to the subject matter that I was going to bring up if we get round to talking about the cost of things during half term.
Okay. So yes, that could have, but also then how do you, if you're on universal credit and PIP or no PIP, whichever, and you've got some little ones, how do you then manage that? Because obviously they want pancakes because it's pancake day. Have you got enough money to even do that? Do you know, is it cheaper to buy a packet of
flour
pancakes? Well, I was just gonna say, because in some of the shops, I remember seeing them in Iceland, possibly. You can buy a packet of already pre-made pancakes, and in Iceland they were only just over £1.
Yeah.
Is that is cheaper than buying your flour, your eggs, your milk?
It depends, because obviously you're not going to use all your eggs for the pancakes, so you'd have that left over for another meal, wouldn't you? But funny enough,
yeah, but
if
you're not a baker, or if you're not going to use all of that.
Yeah, so maybe the flour, not so, but the eggs and the milk definitely wouldn't go to waste, would it? But you see, it just brings me to that point that just really, really irks me. It's always irks me, even from before lockdown. So what you said there, they give you the whole shebang for just over £1, right? So in the lead up to Valentine's Day, Asda did this deal where you could get all of this food for £12, including a full-size bottle of wine. And it was very popular. And one of the combinations, you actually had steak in it. I'm not bitter, but when I got to Asda, they didn't have any steak left. But my point is that if they can afford to do that, if they can afford to do that, why can't they just make the food cheaper in the first place and let everybody be able to buy a bit of everything when they need to? It drives me crazy.
Hold on then. Hold on before you go down that rabbit hole. So Shelley's husband likes it because it's the kind of toffee like. Yes, because then it's gonna melt.
Yeah.
And it's warm, so that is kind of toffee like.
Yeah.
And yes, she did get the smaller American style ones, 4 in a pack. Shoved it in the microwave. Bob's your uncle. And then there's the one about your aunt, which I'm not going to say. But yeah.
Sally's your aunt.
No, Fanny's your aunt.
Oh, dear.
Right.
You said you were not going to say it, and I was giving you an alternative, but you said it anyway.
You know, I don't need much to say anything. Hold on. Oh, look, here's another one. So Gary makes his own from what's in the pantry. So if he's got it in his pantry, so if he's got the flour and he's got the milk in the fridge, he's then making his own and putting on it whatever is there in the fridge or whatever. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
The bottle version.
Oh God, I tried that one. Yeah. Oh, it was awful. Oh my God.
What do you add to that? Do you add
all in a
water to that,
bottle,
or
or
do
you
you add
put the
milk?
water in and shake
Yeah.
it? Oh
Yeah.
nah.
Oh
Nah.
no, that is not.
I'd rather just not have any. I tried it.
Okay, so do they taste okay when you make them from the bottle version?
It could have been me.
And are you adding water or are you adding milk?
The one I had said to add water.
Oh no, that's not good.
Because obviously the pound of milk is already in there, isn't it? That was the whole point of it.
So I suppose, again, going back to Gary's Universal Credit and PIP, or just Universal Credit, a whole bunch of kids, it might be cheaper to buy that bottle, which you then add the water to, use, and then get your little Jiffy Squeeze. That's most probably what, £2 maybe, which doesn't leave flour in your cupboard that you're never going to use.
Yeah,
etc. I don't know because I
think it's quite interesting because as you were speaking there, but I just realised that I haven't seen them for a long time. And look, I'm not coming from a point of judgment or anything like that, but I was just kind of adding it up. So in I know I've never seen them in Aldi or Lidl anyway. Their flour's always like 1 kilo. But do you remember before you could get the little 200-gram bags of flour for about 20p? Or just
20p? Not 20.
Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. They were little tiny bags. Yeah, they're little tiny bags like this.
Okay.
They're probably about the size of a cup there.
Okay.
I've lost my train of thought now.
So that would be cheaper.
But I think the whole point is it depends on where you are, because one thing I don't want to do is to make assumptions about people who are on the benefits that Gary has mentioned there, because these things build up over time. But if you just talk about people who generally don't buy those type of things or can't afford them, or they don't want to leave them, like you said, hanging around or necessarily in the house, then maybe the bottle thing would be the most appropriate. It depends. I mean, I recall now that the reason I bought that bottle thing there, I do remember I used to run a blog then, and I think I did a comparison. So it could have been a bit of confirmation bias going on there, but it really was just not it. And that was a few years ago. They might have improved it since then. Do you know what I mean? But it would be if you just want the one-time pancakes.
Yeah. So the American pancake one, this is the bottle one that you put your water in, was okay. Not had our pancake ones. For scouting, they always use different ingredients. See, I can imagine scouting is going to be carnage because everybody wants to have a go, don't they? Everybody wants to mix. Everybody wants to fry. Yeah, I can imagine that is hilarious. Okay. I don't even want to know why you're covered in flour right now, Gary. Are you making pancakes now? Are you covered head to toe in flour? What's going on there? Remember, it's a daytime show, so don't give us too much information. What's vegans and etc.? What's the etc.? Gluten-free, maybe?
Because you've got gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
So they'd have to use gluten-free flour.
Which is really expensive.
Yeah.
I think it's quite expensive when you then buy that flour, because that's more. All of it. I mean, I've got a couple of friends that I know that are gluten-free, and you walk down the from aisle, and it's just you've got to make sure you've got extra money in your purse because it's more. And I get it. but it's more expensive than what ordinary flour is, etc., etc. Which then comes on to which Nikkei was saying earlier about the cost of things anyway, the cost of food. How
because basic things really should not be that expensive. It's just this thing where I do not understand. So when I bought that thing that was £12, let me just walk you through it, right? So I picked all the items, got to the checkout, and it came up and said 23 something. I thought, well, that's not right. It's supposed to be £12. And what had happened was I forgot to take one of the sides. So I ran back down the aisle to get the sides, and then it went down to £12. So invariably, this thing was going to be around nearly £30 if I had bought everything at full price. So, and there's one offer, and they've done their analysis, and they've got their margins and stuff like that. But if by excluding people, which a lot of the time, by the very nature of where these stores are, they've already excluded a whole part of the demographics anyway, because not everybody has a car, not everybody can even afford to drive that car that far just to do a weekly shop. Why don't they make it cheaper and include more people?
Yeah.
And that extends to the fact that the same brand, and I don't really know much about Asda, to be honest, because I only ever go to the big Asda that is next to where I work. But for the Sainsbury's and the Morrisons and the Tesco's that have Tesco Express and Little Morrisons or whatever, why do they think it is right for them to add a premium onto the same goods when they've already got the economies of scale? It's a very big question. I'm very curious about people's opinion on it, because honestly, it just drives me crazy.
And it is those. So you're talking about like Valentine's. Now go back a month or so, and Christmas, you can go into any of those stores and buy a bag of potatoes. I do most of mine in Tesco's. So a bag of potatoes is 29p. A bag of potatoes the other day that I paid for was 1.33. So how is it that you can do that then? You can get, so Tesco's do all of theirs at 29p. Morrison's was something like 15p. I think, I don't know, maybe.
And they only do that because Aldi and Lidl do that on a regular basis. They have 6 vegetables that they highlight every week, and you get them for stupid price. So they've had potatoes in there for 9p. They've had parsnips there, apples.
Yeah.
All your basic stuff, and it sells out. So for me that I usually go after work or after taekwondo, you go there, the shelf is empty, which is good because it means people have bought it. But again, why do they not just, I think it would be better for them to sell those things probably at 30p all of the time than for it to be occasionally 9p.
Yeah, it's that's what we're talking about. You know, it's all of this adds into how much things cost. Can you afford it? Can you not afford it? You know, yeah. And I just wonder a thought that came into my mind was that the kids are on half term, and other than what they'll see on the TV, you know what it's like when you go into school, or you can have pancakes when you get home. Those who possibly can't afford it may get away with it because the kids are not at school, and that constant talk about what I'm going to have when I get home isn't going to happen. I don't know. He's making them now. He's got gluten-free flour from last year. That's a long time to have that flour. You need to check it and make sure there's not no.
If it's been kept in a nice, cool, dry place and covered, it will be fine. I've used out of date flour loads of times. Somebody gave me a whole box of stuff once that was out of date. It was fine.
Okay. I don't know if I'd want to use flour that's been in there for a whole year, but who knows?
It will be fine, Gary. Don't take any notice of Cecile.
Right, my church friends and I share the gluten-free flour between us. Yep, very good. Whoever hosting gets to use the gluten-free flour. Oh, so you have one bag and you share it between you. Last time
That's
I
a good
used the
idea.
gluten-free was to make cookies. That's not a bad idea because actually, you know, for people who use flour all the time because they're always doing baking and stuff like that, your flour gets used. But if you're only using it every now and then, to buy a bag of gluten-free at the cost that it is, for it to then sit in your cupboard is heartbreaking. I've done that.
It
Didn't
is.
like it.
But then again, having said that, if you scrape together that money and buy that bag of gluten-free flour, surely you'd think, oh, I spent this money on this. Let me find out what else I can do with it.
Nah.
No? Oh dear, honestly, we need to practice that phrase. Waste not, want not.
that would be the best option. Although what I did was I then gave my friend the flour after I'd used it for whatever I was using it for. I can't remember now. I gave it to her because I'm not, I'm not going to use it then. Right. Oh gosh, I'm going to get into this now. Used by and best before are not the same. That's true. That is true. Past best before, just check that it's not clumped, separated, wet, dry, smells, i.e. looks normal. Does it not have little what are those little things called? Those little back things. Weevils or something.
Yeah. That's why I said it depends on how you store it.
Okay.
I suppose people look, for me personally, when it comes to dry foods like that, I do not take it on board because I just think I personally feel that it's especially I just can't. I think it's I don't really want to be very anti, but I just.
Are you ready?
I think insofar as your nose works, you can see it and you can feel it, you would know whether it's good or not.
Is this Blue Peter or Simply D's? Gary, it is all of that.
Whatever
and
you
more.
want it to be. Exactly.
It is all of that and more. We're even, you could even call us Panorama if you want to. It is everything. So don't get them weevils as much now.
Yeah.
I was just speaking. Yeah. Okay. I thought maybe we still did that. I didn't know we don't really get them now. So that's fine. And you can check, and obviously you can check. Oh, I'd hate to have a bag of flour that I bought the year before and then don't have any money because of universal credit, etc., and don't have any money to buy any more, and then it's spoiled, and then the kids have got nothing. Oh dear.
But that's a really deep thought process there. So in my head, right, and
I think she's frozen.
Abilities and desires and sensibilities. Right. For people that are in a situation, right? For people that are in a situation, they are going to make the best of things, aren't they? They're not going to. I don't think it's going to say, oh, what am I going to do? Because it's not going to just apply Pancake Day. It's going to apply all the time, or for that period of time that they're in that pickle. And so they are going to be using their skills and their resourcefulness to deal with it. I think a lot of the questions we have is probably, I mean, there are genuine questions as well, but it's also coming from a place of the fact that probably I'm not in that position. But if you really think about it, if people are in that position and, like I said, they've got little ones, they want to protect them from feeling left out, etc., it's not just in relation to Pancake Day, is it? It's everything.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Right, if I'm not here next week, this is Gary. The flour's off. And there will be at least 8 people missing the congregation. Go and buy a new bag. Right, take a look at a lot of newspaper and social media. for free and cheap places. Yes. So it's half term. It is half. We're literally flying through. I don't know how many different topics we've got on today. There's quite a few. But
they'll kind of segue into each other, though, to be fair.
Have a look in the newspapers, social media. There are a lot of different kids eat for free during the February half term. Morrison's always do something like that. Just go on there and have a look because it's expensive.
The Pausa Cafe in Dunelm, their kids under 5 always eat free.
Really? Okay. So there's one. If you are near a Dunelm or can get to a Dunelm, under 5s eat free. It's a godsend, I think. If it means that you most probably can go out with the kids, meet up with maybe your friends and they've got kids, and it's not going to cost as much as you think it's going to cost. So just go and have a look and see what's on there. We've got another one as well. So all of these are in our comments, so you can have a look at that afterwards. The Sun are also doing free half-term kids meals. So just go and have a look. Because it's all well and good talking about Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday, whatever day you want to call it. The rest of the week is still half-term. So you don't, you're going to need other things as well and things to do because, kids need occupying. Unlike when we were younger and we just went on the streets for hours on end with a bottle of pop or a bottle of water.
Plus the fact,
a sandwich.
Pancake Day doesn't always come in half term. It just happens to be a bit earlier this year.
Oh, yeah. So, Lent, half term, whatever you want to call it. It's Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday, whatever. So, are you giving up something for Lent?
Who, me?
Well, there's only me and you here. No, I'm not. So it must be you.
Yes, I will be. I am actually going to go the whole shenanigans this year. So we could talk about it later.
Are you giving up something big then?
Yes.
You have to tell us what it is, but okay, you're going the whole.
Right, okay, we did talk about it a little bit earlier at the beginning, and I've kind of been easing myself into it. So yeah, I am going to be following it, not to the letter, but I will be doing it for the 40 days. Well, 36 days.
Okay.
So
good for you.
Oh.
Okay. You can get really little bags of flour from farm shops, really cheap. Next time in Luton, if I recover from the pancakes with the flour that is off, you're going to bring me some homemade gluten-free flapjacks. Thank you. They better taste nice, though. Seriously, they better taste nice. So we are coming to the end of today. I'm giving up.
Gone by really quickly. Huh?
He's giving up gluten-free flour after today. Oh, Gary. We haven't seen you for ages, but actually, you just literally made us laugh. So, we are coming to the end of the show today. We have got nothing to share as of yet. There's some events coming up. So on the 14th of March, because I'm going to get some info to share with that. The 14th of March, there is going to be the Voices of Nubian Queens at the Library Theatre. I've got your diary, Nico. Voices of Nubian Queens. So
okay.
I will get some
is
flyers.
that a late night thing? Is it late night?
Starts at 7. The doors open. The mini market is going to be there as well. You know, with the different stalls are going to be there from 5. And there will be some snacks and what have you in the interval. So it's at the Luton Library Theatre. absolutely brilliant last year, so it's going to be just as good this year, if not better. So I will bring on a flyer next week so that we can share that with everybody. So that is on the 14th. And what are we now? 17th. So we've got the Real Talk show, which is going to be on the first Tuesday of March. And the Voices of Nubian Queens founders are going to be on that show as well. It's all very good. Very exciting. Right, I don't think we've got anything else to share, so we are going to head off, and we will see you again next week. Enjoy your pancakes if you have them. Absolutely brilliant having you on here today, Gary. Loved it. Loved it.
Yes, indeed.
Enjoy your pancakes, whichever way you have them. Sugar and lemon is fine. But if you want tiramisu, if you want dark sugar, if you want honey and Nutella, chocolate chips, banana cream, whatever, go for it. You put on it what you want to put on it. It's your pancake. See you next week.